Yo, what's going down, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your homie Jay Green back right now with my review for Alien Earth episode 3 and 4. Damn, this show keeps getting better and better and on so many different levels. Now, before I go too deep into anything, I'm gonna let y'all know that as I'm not gonna give y'all specific play-by-plays, I am gonna be mentioning some things that's jumping off in the show. So, light spoilers, you've been warned. Let's go. Now, like I told you in that first review video, this show's got the looks, the sounds, the vibes, and definitely the texture of those original Alien films. And that's what initially drew me in. But as this show is starting to progress, it's really the development of the characters that is keeping me on board. Now, before this bunch of small wonders left on this rescue mission, it seemed like they were such a tight-knit group, friends to the end. Remember? And ever since their return, it seems like every single one of them has some type of question, concern, or is plagued with some variety of issues. And because of what happened to them on the mission, it seems like each one of them is coming into a new understanding of themselves, the world, and the people that are surrounding them. And it's starting to seem that based on their individual understandings and perceptions of those things, that eventually it's going to be causing a rift between the group as a whole. And what I really like that the show is doing right now is kind of peeling back those layers one by one for certain characters, showcasing what their true intentions or motivations may be and what they are or are not willing to do in order to complete an assignment or get a certain task done. Right now we got Morrow, the cyborg from the Weyland-Yutani ship, dead set on doing any and everything possible in order to bring back one of these xenomorph specimens back to the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. I mean, this guy's going as far as to befriend and manipulate one of these kids from the Neverland research facility to steal one of the embryos in a crazy deadly way that's actually putting this kid in quite a bit of a dilemma. Because the way that he's coaxing him in order to do these things is very reminiscent to me of movies where the bad guys are so methodical that they will send a goon to your family's house, hold them hostage until you get that job done. And if not, you know it's about to be curtains. And for this young blood right now, you know it's either gonna be F my friends or F my family, but someone about to get it. But what makes this dude Morrow a pretty dope character is the fact that he's not just a normal henchman, right? This dude is a cyborg who's basically lived out his entire family and anybody that he's ever known or loved. So he ain't got nothing else but this mission at hand. And he definitely understands the power of those connections and what love for your family will force some people to do. And while he might seem like a pretty chill dude on the surface just trying to right a wrong, it's really his methods and the lack of remorse within those methods that make this dude a huge threat and super creepy. Big ups to the actor Babu Sise, hopefully I'm saying his name correctly, in the way that he's portraying Morrow on screen. I love watching this dude work. We're getting some more layers peeled back with a nice little tag team of manipulation and threat from Cavalier and his right-hand guy. We got the boy genius talking with Wendy, telling her that her brother basically ain't ish. Why didn't he show up when she was dying? Little does she know that they wouldn't actually allow him to come and see her. So basically trying to get Wendy to turn away from her brother. Then Cavalier has his right-hand man go to Wendy's brother, threaten to kick him off the island, send him a fat medical bill for that lung that they just replaced, with interest and a terrible copay, unless he agrees to work for them on the undercover to find out how much of her humanity and memories are still lingering within this new synthetic body that they gave her. And based on a few conversations that we've been privy to from Cavalier and his right-hand man, it seems pretty evident that they don't give a damn about these kids. It seems like at this point in time, these kids are basically just prototypes and they just want them to be machines that they can build off of and learn from so they can redesign better ones for the next generation. Like to them, these are just prototypes for the research that they intended the entire time, not actually to give them a new lease on life to live out to the fullest.
My God, man!
Damn, it's a cold world. Nibs, the redhead chick, she got attacked by that Cyclops octopus situation, and now she's acting all funny style, talking about I'm pregnant. And when she tells Dame what's up, Dame does what Dame is supposed to do, which is ask questions. But instead of just answering questions, this girl goes off on Dame all crazy to the point where when she leaves, Dame tells her assistant, yo, we need to lock that bitch down and also issue a code 3 such and such, which intrigues me because I am wondering what in the hell is a code 3? What's it for? What's it mean? Sounds serious. Curly is randomly jealous of Wendy and all the attention that she's getting from Cavalier, and Cavalier ain't making the situation any better by poking the bear and telling Curly all the things that Wendy can can do better and how she needs to work on certain things or read certain books in order to get on Wendy's level.
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
But that does have me looking forward to a dope-ass fight between the two of them. I feel like that's coming. Now, what's really interesting is that at the top of episode 3, when Wendy is looking for her brother, she ends up finding him in a truck, kind of like a alien super glued to the back as a trap from the alien. She then gets into a fight with this alien, she gets injured, and when they reboot her back at Neverland and she comes out of her little iRobot coma, it's almost like she has some type of mental connection with these aliens. She can kind of hear the way that they communicate and then eventually even replicate what that sounds like. Now, if we fast forward to the end of episode 4, we can see that they actually kept the damaged lung from her brother, without his permission, of course, put an alien embryo inside. Wendy comes in that room, she's investigating what's jumping off. All of a sudden, and when Wendy sees this thing fly across the room, rather than run away in fear, she creeps up to this thing talking about,
Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Polly want a cracker?
and as she's petting this thing, the camera kind of pans back and we see Timothy Olyphant's character in the background watching in amazement, like that gorilla that heard Caesar speak for the first time in Planet of the Apes. Damn, man, that's a lot. This show got crazy. So far, I'm really enjoying the exploration of the human within the machine, because it's kind of making me nervous as to what a character will or won't do, how they may potentially be manipulated or even be the manipulator to some other characters, leading them into a whole heap of trouble. The way that the show is positioning these characters and the level of manipulation reminds me of the wise words of Alonzo from Training Day.
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
And I'm here for this corporate strategy manipulation game set to the backdrop of an alien Earth. Again, just trying to give y'all some touch points and vibes that I'm getting from the show without too many heavy spoilers, but I will say that I'm very excited for these next 2 episodes and seeing where this interaction with Wendy and this alien go. What does it mean for these kids in particular, potentially the cyborg either working against or with the alien species in one way or another? How does that affect humans? There's an old African proverb that says, if there is no enemy within, then the enemy outside can do us no harm. And because of some of these manipulation games, these lies and or deceits, jealousy and envy from some, and the experiments that humans are doing with these xenomorphs that eventually are going to get out and F-ish up, it seems like once again that we might be our own destruction. I think the show is doing a great job thus far, building out that background to what we know the Alien franchise to be and giving us some really heady and new things to sink our teeth into. I love it. Now, if you're keeping up with the show, let me know what you're thinking about it thus far. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below. Yo, 2 and 2, I'm back at you. Jay Green, I'm out.